So the one thing that probably makes me unique to most other attorneys in this area is that I practice in three different states. Wisconsin is where my primary office is located at. And also I practice in Minnesota and Iowa, which is sort of convenient since La Crosse is located sort of on the near the border of all three states. So I actually went to law school in Michigan, and a lot of people don't know this, but all Wisconsin lawyers know that if you go to law school in Wisconsin, you have a diploma privilege, which means that if you decide to practice in Wisconsin and you go to a Wisconsin law school, you could avoid taking the bar exam. But because I went to law school in Michigan, I did have to take the bar exam. And so those few people, few attorneys in Wisconsin that actually took the bar exam like to remind everyone else of that fact. So I took the bar exam in Wisconsin, got licensed there right out of law school. That's been close to 20 years now. I guess it's been about 18 years. And then because of my bar exam score, I was able to essentially waive into Minnesota right away. So I've been practicing in Minnesota for almost as long. And then probably, oh, maybe 10 years ago, 11 years ago, because I've been practicing long enough, I was able to um, basically motion in to practice in Iowa. And so I practice in all three states. Each state has its own unique rules and requirements, which can be complicated at times, but it also provides opportunities sometimes for clients because there can be situations where a particular matter or lawsuit has sort of connections both to multiple states at the same time, and there may be pros and cons to bringing a lawsuit in one state over another. And in fact, I've actually brought cases in both states, split up the claims to the best advantage of my clients. Uh, to give an example, I had a case, it was clients from Iowa that purchased a manufactured home from Wisconsin and had it delivered to Iowa, and there was some problems with the delivery. And there was actually an insurance claim on the home that we brought in Iowa because that was the best place to do that and got that part of it taken care of. And then actually brought a lawsuit against the manufacturer of the home in Wisconsin and got that resolved favorably for the client. And so sometimes there are there are definite advantages to one state or the other. I've had medical malpractice cases that had cross-border issues where my client was seen by doctors both in Minnesota and in Wisconsin as part of the same healthcare system. And we had a claim against doctors from both states. And so in Wisconsin and Minnesota have fairly different rules, special rules when it comes to medical malpractice that we had to really look at carefully in making decision where to file that lawsuit. We gave some consideration actually to filing two lawsuits, but I ended up filing in Wisconsin while at the same time sort of leaving the door open if necessary to file in Minnesota. So um, yeah, I've had a number of clients over the years who are, let's say they're from Wisconsin and they get involved in a car accident in Minnesota or vice versa. And that can be there again, there can be benefits to them to be able to have a lawyer that can practice in both states because sometimes the insurance claim is better under one set of rules than the other, but the claim against the sort of we call it the tortfeasor, but the negligent driver is better brought in another state. And so um, Not all cases have that situation, but when it does happen, it is sort of nice and to have the flexibility, if the case involves multiple states, uh, to, uh, to decide on the course of action and the, court and venue that makes the most sense for our client, knowing that I can take it in Minnesota, Wisconsin, or Iowa, or even the federal courts in those states.